Hey everybody, it's been a crazy week. I personally haven't been able to make any videos lately because we got a house full of people and we're all under quarantine right now. I don't know what it's like for the rest of you in Canada or down south in the States, but it is flippin' bananas. So please don't be punching people over toilet paper and take care of yourself and take care of each other. It's been bananas. I know I keep saying that. Holy crap. Anyways, during market turmoil, shit gets real. Stocks drop. This is always the best time to buy. As you guys have been following with this MindMed, expansion, all of the clinical trials, etc., we all saw that the stock took a plunge. But you have to ride out these storms because it has been on a tear as of late. But before I get into the exchanges for the US and here in Canada, I just want to point out that tomorrow, April 1st, as of recording this video, we have the corporate update for the year end or their year end, anyways. And I personally, even though it says on the screen to register, have already registered, pardon me. So it'll be live, and I'll get a play by play on what's going on with the company and all the latest and greatest when it comes to news and where they're headed and their plans and everything. So we'll go through that video and we'll break it down together. But let's take a look at the exchanges, starting with the Canadian exchange for MindMed because it has been on a tear. Like I said, you got to weather the storm. Uh, MindMed, there we go. Thank you, fast internet. Yeah, for Canadians, it's almost hit 80 cents. And last week it was trading at 20 cents for us. So we're getting a good bid ask ratio here. And for you guys in the States, at 56 cents on the pink sheets, beautiful. And this has partially to do with the update on their 18MC drug, and they're pushing forward to starting their phase 2 clinical trials. But for now, let's focus on the year-end results and corporate update. I'm not going to get too in-depth into this because they will cover everything in the investor conference online and over the phone tomorrow. So we'll break down all of the good stuff that they point out. So we're going to give this a quick skim and just basically it points out the losses, the reverse takeover of Broadway Gold Corp, and where they've spent their money. And so, overview, since inception, we have incurred a loss while advancing the research and development of our products, with a net loss for the period ending in December 31st of 2019, which was not too long ago, of just over 5 million, with 5.4 million US dollars in net losses. And this is due to primarily the compensation of management and board members, as well as research teams, etc. Um, and if you look on the screen here where it says legal fees, that is referring to the process of doing the RTO onto the Neo exchange. Because let's face it, nothing's free. And when it breaks down since inception, how they've delegated their finances when it comes to their drug pipeline, a little over 600,000 has went to the 18MC program, with more actually surprisingly being put into the LSD ADHD program, with just over 800,000 pushing to 9. And the non-specific programs are this this money is non-delegated because the money here has not purchased anything yet. This is for expansions and acquisitions, as well as new clinical trials towards other drugs that they will purchase down the road. So it could be anything that they're looking to merge or acquire a ketamine research facility like small pharma, for example. That's hypothetical, but all in all, even as a shareholder, I will not get that information until it is released to the public. So in total, we're looking at just over $2 million in net expenses for the research in the 2 known drugs and anything in the future. As long as it goes through cash and working capital and how it's spent and how it's divvied up, our cash and working capital as of December 31st, a little over 3 million US dollars and 4 million respectively. The increase in cash was due mainly to the US currency of 9.9 million in net financing and net cash used in operations, and the funds held in trust of a little over $3 million. The increase in working capital was due to mainly the net financing of, basically what they're trying to say is they spend a lot of money to get the operations up and running, and I probably will just cut that out of the video because it doesn't matter, or I'll leave it up, I don't know. Either way, you can pause it and give it a read because I'm just whipping through this real quick. Cash flow and operating activities, Cash used in operating activities of a little over $3 million for the period ending December 31st was due mainly to the net loss of US 5.4 million, partially offset by an increase in accounts payable and accrued liabilities. So anything that they have taken over from Broadway Gold Corp that is a liability is now on them, as well as incurred costs as paying research facilities, paying assistants, and divvying up any financial gains for paying your board of and your management team, etc., etc. And then it gets down into the share structure, but this is all really boring stuff that we've covered. So let's just focus on the topic of the year-end result for the webcast, or you can do it by phone. And if you want to personally take a look as well, the numbers here for the participation are on the screen. And I personally am doing the webcast, so I'll stream that as well. But I hope that they have some good information, and I feel like the updated info on the ibogaine or 18MC was really relevant and gave our shares a nice little bump. Let's hope for a buck, but we got to be patient. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.